Welcome back to Assemble AI. This is Sam Deb with Mac Goswami for another episode of our AI in Finance series.
Today, we are tackling AI in compliance, which might be the area where AI has the biggest impact that nobody even really talking about. Compliance has traditionally been viewed as a pure cost center, just regulatory overhead that doesn't generate revenue. But AI is fundamentally changing the equation by turning compliance from a defensive obligation into an actual strategic advantage. New LSTM networks are achieving 94.2% accuracy in compliance monitoring while simultaneously cutting false positives dramatically. The combination of better accuracy and fewer false alarms in the holy grail of compliance technology. Welcome to AsembleAI podcast. Our today's episode is AI in compliance, turning regulation into competitive advantage.
Thanks, Mac. And before we dive in further, I would like to remind our listeners to please like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you like our episode, please don't forget to share it with your network. Now, back to our main topic for today. The false positive problem has always been what makes compliance so painful and expensive. Traditional compliance systems generated massive false positive rates. Analysis drowning in alerts where 95% turn out to be completely legitimate activity. That's not just inefficient, it creates what we call compliance fatigue, where analysts become desensitized to alerts because so many are false. AI changes this fundamental equation by scanning large volume of transactions in real time, identifying genuine anomalies while filtering out the noise that buries human analysts. It helps massively in the industrial regulation, especially in the finance area, where you don't have to have a human analyst churning millions and millions of records to understand the pattern and predict accordingly. They can use AI for forecasting.
You nailed it down, Sam. So let's talk about what specific regulations AI is helping institutions manage. The big ones are AML, anti-money laundering, KYC, know your customer, sanctions screening, and trade surveillance. Basically, anything that involves pattern detection at massive scales. These are all areas where the volume of data is so enormous that traditional human review or even rule-based systems just can't keep up anymore. You need AI to have any hope of actually catching the genuine violations in all the legitimate activity. And Sam, the good thing about it, since I am in financial industry, and I remember that we talked one of our episodes that we are dealing with billions and billions records just in our regulatory compliance. We had to deal with frauds and risk regulations. And we need to definitely each and every day deal with the compliance for the financial records. So AI is definitely changing the game. The reason is that so many records is extremely costlier day by day because when we are involving so many people manually and to maintain the compliance that we still need to do a lot of manual process. Right now, we are slowly moving out of the manual to AI automation. It's kind of still a determining factor that when will be fully automated, but we already oversee that it's a massive gain for us, predominantly from the last year to this year, and probably the rest of the year. So, Sam, I would like to know your thought about, especially in the AML, that what is going on with the AML with the banking sectors.
Yeah, I mean, anti-money laundering has always been particularly brutal for banks because it required to file suspicious activity reports, which also called as SARS. And the traditional AML laundering tracking system been some sort of an ancient approach, right? You have to go through tons of records, financial records. You have to process them. Even if you utilize some automation process, it still takes a lot of time for banks to kind of find those issues, filing them, and also for law enforcement agencies trying to find real crime buried in thousands of false positives. So the good part is AI narrows this down dramatically. It identifies actual suspicious patterns while letting routine activity pass through without generating alerts. It's so good at pattern recognition that the result is that banks reduce their compliance cost substantially while actually improving their effectiveness at catching real financial crimes. They would rather get 100% high quality servers that are worth investigating than 10,000 servers where 9,900 are garbage and false positive. Definitely a huge improvement from an anti-money laundering tracking system standpoint by utilizing AI. Now, this is one aspect of AI compliance that we are seeing in the financial services. But what about the KYC or the customer onboarding process? Mac, would you like to shed some light on that for our listeners?
Absolutely, Sam. Customer onboarding process is one of the most fundamental in enter financial sector, and that's one of the most heavily regulated parts of the enter banking. So, AI can validate identities, screen against sanctions lists, assesses risk profiles, all in minutes instead of days or weeks that traditional processes require. And the accuracy is actually better than human review because AI catches inconsistencies in documentation and can flag potential identity fraud during the account opening process before the account is even activated. And honestly, we are seeing real world results that are pretty impressive. Banks are almost like majority of the big banks, they are already using AI for KYC report, and that generates 78% faster onboarding times, 85% reduction in manual review time, and that's actually phenomenal, and better fraud prevention metrics during account opening. So let's put it in that way, that for customer experience, instead of waiting days to open a business account, you are approved in an hour. For small businesses that need banking services quickly, that speed can be the difference between choosing your bank or going to a competitor's. So for opening an account, for example, I mean it's basically due to the AI implementations. It's much faster than it was previously for the bigger banks. But there is a gap for the small banks because I don't think like they are still up to the market because a lot of investment, a lot of infrastructural issues are already there. Whenever I say smaller banks, means I'm talking about cooperative banks for the localized banks. So there definitely I see lots of scope for improvements, especially how to implement AI. So that's one of the factor that I definitely wanted to bring it up as well for our listeners here. But Sam, I also wanted to ask you that what will be the regulatory reporting? Do you have any insight on that?
Yeah, that's another good point you brought up, Mac, because the regulatory reporting is also another aspect where every financial institution has to file enormous amounts of reports to various regulators. If I just think about my AIG days when I used to work for like a life insurance, we are obligated to provide our financial reports to federal agencies, right? And that's also another biggest aspect of any work streams in the financial institution. Now, with the advent of AI, that process are going to be automated more faster way. The regulatory scanning process, mapping obligation to risk and controls, and also giving your financial department a holistic overview of your compliance posture. So those kind of stuff, AI can automate that, and also helping the financial analyst within your organizations to detect any violation in faster manner. So this is the shift from reactive to proactive compliance. Traditional compliance was all about catching problems after the fact and then remediating them. But AI powered compliance is about identifying the potential issues before they become actual violations. So that's a really great from a regulation standpoint for a financial institution because the system flags patterns that might lead to regulatory issues and alerts their compliance teams to address them proactively. And that's a massive shift I can see even in the regulatory reporting aspects of the work stream as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you actually brought up a very valuable point here. And also, we should not forget about the regulatory landscape as well, like for AI itself. So are regulators comfortable with banks using AI for compliance decisions? Because almost every quarter, like we got hit with the regulators, like for the banking regulators. It seems to me that we are still not there yet, since it's a regulation and they're still not at par with the AI evolution. So that answer is mixed because regulators definitely want to see explainability, but they still need to understand why the AI made a specific decision. Black box algorithms that cannot explain that their reasoning don't fly with the ACC or the Federal Reserve. So you can't just tell a regulator that algorithm flagged these transactions without being able to articulate the reasoning. So if you're fully dependent on AI, that AI will give us any flag, but we do not have the explanation, then it will be another for the regulators, because when it will get audited, anytime they can flag to any of the transactions, and we need to have the right explanation that why we are doing this and why it's flagging, not
Yep.
just simply trusting AI.
Yep. Especially when you're sharing your journal ledger report to Federal Reserves, right? You need to make sure that your AI components are explainable, which we have talked in our previous episodes. And just for our listeners, in one of our previous episodes, we broadly discussed about this factor, that how we can make AI more like a transparent and auditable. Now, one thing I wanted to kind of bring up here is that the one aspect here is that how AI could be used, and so you can perform real-time tracking, which is especially valuable for global banks operating across dozens of different regulatory regimes, right? You have got one transaction that touches 5 different countries, each with its own rules and money laundering, sanctions, reporting requirements, so on and so forth. So AI needs to track all of that simultaneously and flags conflicts or potential violation instantly. So that's where I would say that AI would take a little bit of upper hand over a traditional detection system, because AI could be more autonomous, could perform more real-time tracking and helping financial institute to make sure that they are covering their basis in terms of checking their boxes and all the compliance practices across the board. And it's more important for any multinational financial institutes where they had to comply with regulation or compliance laws from multiple countries, right? So that's another thing AI is bringing in here. So just to kind of sum up my answer to this particular topic is that as long as AI is explainable, as long as AI can do real time testing and backtracking and doing pattern recognition of any detection, or and also kind of mitigate the false positive results, then financial institute will definitely trust an AI system that can comply with their practices, and they won't hesitate to implement that in their production.
Yeah, exactly, Sam. And I think we already touched upon some of the valuable points here when it comes to the AI in regulatory aspect. So, looking ahead in
Hmm.
2026, where does AI compliance go from here? So, I think we are going to see more automation, more real
Hmm.
time monitoring, more predictive compliance capabilities, and also the future is shifting from reacting to violations, right? I mean, to
Yeah.
preventing them entirely. So, instead of catching a problem on day 30, and I think scrambling to remediate it, I think AI systems will flag the pattern on day 3 when you can still prevent it from becoming a violation. So that will be the game changers in financial industry.
Yeah. And I just want to remind one thing here for our listeners. This will also impact the ROI, the return on investment. Because if you are catching something on day 3 versus day 30, you would probably save millions and millions of dollars in terms of just circumventing those federal lawsuits and stuff.
Absolutely. And it's time to wrap it up, the session. So thanks for listening to Assemble AI. Next episode, we will be examining AI in credit decisions and lending, asking whether AI is democratizing access to credit and potentially amplifying historical biasness. Until next time, keep grinding, keep listening, keep learning. Thank you.
Thank you.